Hey guys, happy belated holidays, or there's still holidays going on and some just started, so happy all of that first off. I'm doing a Christmas leftover mukbang. So after Christmas you do all the cooking, you have all the food as it is, as it's meant to be in its original form, and then you afterwards you eat the leftovers. Well, then you start to get creative with them. So what I have is a ham, egg, and cheese sandwich on toast, and it's a maple bourbon glazed ham. And then I got leftover sweet potato casserole with extra marshmallows in it. So I've been eating this. Like, this is as is, it's just got more marshmallows in it. I finally found eggs. For those of you, which I don't think any of you do, after the gallbladder surgery, I couldn't eat eggs anymore. Like, it would just go right through me. My lower intestine would be a slip and slide. Like, take one bite of egg, I had to run to the restroom. Well, I finally found eggs that don't cause that. Not even a bubble of gas. They are Nellie's free range eggs, organic. So, those seem to be fine. So I can have deviled eggs again. Yeah, so let's see. That's really good. And I put a little mustard on it. I like break up the flavor and give it a little kick. And it works really, really well. I'm really happy with this sandwich. I normally dread the holidays from Thanksgiving onwards, outside of New Year's. Just because when I worked in retail and customer service and food service for the last 19 years. Well, that completely killed my, my faith in humanity, two, my Christmas spirit. I haven't had Christmas spirit since I was a teenager. Which makes me really sad because I used to love Christmas. It wasn't even the presence of it. I mean, that's always a perk, and when you're a kid, that's great. How did my battery go from full to almost dead? Alright, we might get cut off. I'll have to go to my other camera because it's flashing at me, but we'll see. But yeah, so I just really hate it. And then the Christmas music that's played in October and same 10 songs over and over and over again, you're just like, kill me. Like, just make it stop. And then you get so little time off that you don't get to enjoy Christmas or Thanksgiving. Because you might get that day, maybe. And so you don't get to do everything you want to do. And things are just really expensive. Like, my love language to other people, like friends, family, relationships, whatever, is giving. I love to give people gifts or do something for them. Even if it's just giving them my time or my help, something like that. That's just how I am. So yeah, gifting, and I love doing that. And it's stressful when you either can't afford it, or at least for me, you can't afford it, or you don't have the time to do anything for them or stuff like that. So that really sucks. And then the last few years, Christmas has just been very volatile, like the day of Christmas and Christmas Eve. Normally if somebody has a breakdown, there's a lot of fighting, a lot of screaming, a lot of tearing into each other, and that did not happen this year. I was pleasantly surprised. I had a pretty pleasant Christmas, surprisingly. Now, I say that, but Monday and Tuesday, so Monday, Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Eve, I did have a breakdown. I had a mental breakdown. It's just, there was a lot of stress going on. A lot of things just felt like they were coming at me at once, and I'm like, I can't handle this anymore. I can't, you're doing too much. like 2 other people. It's like, you're doing too much, you're stressing me out, I can't handle this, just stop, go away, leave me alone. But to them, I'm sure it didn't come off this way. To those who were at the receiving end of my mental breakdown, it didn't come off as not such a bad one, because for me, I didn't lash out at people. They might seem like it, but they don't know when I've lashed out. Like, they haven't witnessed the lashing out, if that makes sense. The really mean stuff, tearing into people, like finding your weaknesses and just ripping it apart. That's what normally happens when I have these mental breakdowns. They're not often. They happen about once a year, and normally right around Christmas, because there's just so much and nothing seems to go right, and it's just like, can something please just go right for once? But I more or less addressed, like, I feel like I do. Again, I don't know their perspective, but I feel like I addressed the issues that were causing this mental breakdown to happen, why I felt that way. Let me get you guys a little bit closer. Not too close. Okay. And why it it broke me, and I didn't rip them apart. I didn't go below the belt. I discussed it. I used my words. I expressed why I was feeling, how I was feeling with my words, instead of just going, and, so I'm actually really proud of myself for the way I handled it. And then I just was like, I didn't do anything dramatic. I didn't fly off the handles. I didn't just like shink. And I thought about it. I did think about it, but I didn't do it. But I did like just cry a lot and sleep a lot. It's like I cry and then go back to sleep. So yeah, that was rough. But then Wednesday, Christmas, got over it, more or less. There's still repercussions, but, and all that good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, Christmas was really pleasant. I woke up later, like 10:30ish, 11. Dad made coffee, and then I went over to my friend's house, checked on her cat, then came back and started cooking about 2:33, and everything was done by 6:30. And I roasted a turkey. We had the ham. We had the sweet potato casserole. Made some greens. We didn't have too terribly much. Still a lot of stuff. We have banana pudding and pumpkin pie, brownies, stuffed celery. What else do we have? Yeah, there's a lot of food for 4 people, really, and so hence a lot of leftovers. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. There wasn't any fighting. It wasn't a further mental breakdown from anyone else. Steffi came over. We had a lot of fun. We did a gift exchange. Everybody liked what they got. It was actually pleasant. Politics weren't brought up, which is always like a tension point. No controversial issues were brought up. No, nothing like that. We just talked about like past Christmas memories, food, videos we've seen on the internet that made us laugh really hard, stuff like that. It was pretty pleasant, which was nice. So, I heard yours was decent enough. It's there a lot of people. It's not a great time for a lot of people, and it can be really rough. So, hopefully, if you're watching this, you got through it, and you're amazing for surviving, and you did it. Because it's a lot. It really is, and this egg is a little runny. It's kind of all on my hand, but yeah. I highly recommend making this sandwich. So, it's really good. And you could do it for breakfast too. It does work as a breakfast sandwich. It's like 4:30. So it's a early dinner sandwich. But I toasted regular white bread. I know it's not the healthiest bread for you, but I like it and it's cheap. It's like $1.20 or something like that for a loaf, I think. It might be more than that. Then whatever ham you got, if you have ham. I know I've said I don't normally eat pork, but it's Christmas ham. I'm gonna eat it. egg, organic egg, Nelly, it doesn't have to be Nelly's brand, but an organic free-range egg. I used, the only cheese we had was Mexican blend cheese, like shredded taco, like Sargento or something. And then Dijon mustard, stone ground Dijon mustard. It was really good. Not too much mustard where it overpowers it. Just like a nice thin layer, spread it on there, and it's really good. And a lot of cheese in the eggs. I put the cheese in the eggs when I was scrambling. And salt and pepper in your eggs. Don't put milk in there. That doesn't do anything to them. I heard that one, like I heard like somebody do that once, and I was like, why would you do that? I'm like, it makes it creamier. And I was like, whisk it with a fork. You'll get more air in it, and then it'll be creamier. You don't need to put milk in your eggs. It's just weird. It's weird, you guys. Literally good. My favorite present I got was a Black & Decker drill. I can't, it's literally right there, but I can't reach it, and if I move, all this is gonna come down. So, it's you're very precariously placed right now. But, I'm really excited to open that up. It's got 68 pieces to it. So, I think that's gonna be my next video, is playing with the drill. Like, playing my Christmas present drill. So, that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, I think so. And, also back on that, just triggered this thought. I know I have like not made any videos this month whatsoever, and I feel terrible about it. It's like I really have been depressed since November, and it just kept getting worse. So I didn't have any motivation to record anything. All my ideas, I'm like, nobody's gonna watch that. I'm like, you guys watch, thankfully and wonderfully so, you watch me eat. Like, of course, if you're watching this, you're gonna watch other things. Like, you're here for a reason. But I was like, they're not gonna want to watch it. They're not gonna see it. It's not gonna get any views. And I was really down on myself as well. But I'm coming up a little bit. Addressing those issues that were bothering me with my friends, I think helped with that, because it was just a combination of stuff that was going on in my personal life, things I didn't realize they were doing, but it was really upsetting me. And I know it may, well, I don't know. Again, I don't know their perspective. Just things they were doing that really hurt me and upset me, that may or may not have been intentional. But we talked that out, and it's like, okay, well, now we just need our space, some breathing room, and then we'll come back and be good. So that, and then, you know, just not having a job. I don't know if I told you guys, I got fired from my last job, for a bullshit, stupid reason, but it's whatever. And then, but because, the way they worded it in my thing that you take to the unemployment office, I don't qualify for benefits and unemployment benefits, and I wasn't gonna get like jack shit anyways, but you know, it's better than nothing. So, but that's whatever. And then, you know, the like being one stage away from cancer is really trying. And then, you know, like I gotta get in and going through the process, getting Medicaid again. It's really rough, and hopefully I get approved soon. So I can get the procedure done and also get my fucking joints out. Like, I got KT tape here, I have it on my ankle, my knee is killing me, and it only gets worse the colder it gets. Like, today is quite warm, but last night it got into the low 30s, mid to low 30s, and I hurt. The right side of my body is just in screaming pain. And so I really need to get that checked out and see why my joints are acting like that. So it's just a combination, not feeling adequate enough to be making videos on YouTube, and then feeling guilty about that because then I'm not using my equipment that was really expensive, and all that, and other obligations I made to my friends, and then not being able to pull through on those because I just can't get out of bed because I'm depressed. So yeah, it's been a rough couple months. It just has, but I'm on the upslope of getting out of that hole. So there's that. And yeah, I got some ideas. I got some creative ideas. I got some video ideas. I'm gonna be doing some things that are out of my comfort zone, but I'm really excited about. And I want to focus on better content for the channel in the next coming year. I'll do a review video before New Year's. Probably end up putting it up on New Year's Eve or something like that. So I'll do that. I gotta charge my battery. It's holding out. I'm really impressed with that. Yeah. Forgot about this casserole. I honestly don't know how to make casseroles. I know it's surprising me being white and I don't know how to make casseroles. I'm pretty sure you just dump things into a pan and that's it. I have made a sweet potato casserole before. It's basically just mashed sweet potatoes with, did I use condensed milk? I may have used condensed milk or something like that. It just makes it really smooth. Basically puree it and then bake it. But that's the only one I've ever made. I did not make this. This was store-bought and then I just put it in the oven. I was keeping it minimal. Like the most intricate thing I had to do was the chicken, because you get a stick of butter. I learned this from Gordon Ramsay, one of his videos on, or maybe it was Jamie Oliver. It was a British chef. I don't know how much. And it was on YouTube ages ago. But you get a stick of butter or however much butter you need. I've done this with turkey too and it worked really well, but you need a lot more butter. You need like a whole four to six, depending on the size of your turkey. Sticks of butter. Yes, a full stick of butter. Whatever herbs you're gonna use. I used a poultry blend, which is sage, thyme, and rosemary. Then I did salt and pepper and smoked paprika. And mix that in with the butter. You gotta get your hands in there. It's really gross, but you gotta get your hands in there. And then you use a back of the spoon to get up under the skin in the chicken, like on the top, and like you kind of noodle your way through the skin. Again, it's really gross. But and then you shove and you take a handful of butter, shove it into the pockets you made under the skin, and kind of squish it and massage it into the chicken and get it like down around the wings and the legs, so it gets really all that. Instead of just stuffing into, put some into the cavity of the bird as well, and make sure you get it all the way around it. Butter that thing up, and that gives it a really nice crispy skin, but it also keeps it moist on the inside and gets the flavor all the way through. So you don't just have the flavor sitting in the skin like you know how like rotisserie chickens are. And once you take the skin off, it just tastes like chicken, or unseasoned chicken. Little roasting tip for you there. And yeah, it was because there was a lot of cutting. As you got to put roasting vegetables underneath the chicken so it doesn't burn and stick to the bottom of the roasting tray. So I got Sophia got me Korean yams, so I threw those in there. They're not as sweet as American sweet potatoes, and they have a very creamy taste to them. And then some carrots and garlic, whole cloves of garlic, and carrots and onions. I said carrots already. Baby carrots and then onions, and roasted it all together at 425 for a total of, I put it in there for 45 minutes, let it get nice and golden brown, and then I covered it for like the last 30. And it was beautiful. Gorgeous. Yeah. That was basically my Christmas. It was surprisingly pleasant, which was nice because I needed that. I was just so worried that like shit was gonna hit the fan, basically. So, and it didn't. So that's good. I have talked enough. Let me get one more bite of this sandwich. Good shit. Yeah, highly suggest with your leftover ham. It'd probably work well with turkey too. So, yeah. I hope you guys have, if you don't celebrate Christmas and you're celebrating something else right now, I hope it goes wonderfully. We have a great time. Hopefully your family and friends don't make it hell for you. If you're alone, I hope you still have a good time, you know, all that good stuff. And hopefully, you know, I've talked about how like I want these to not, so you don't feel so alone and all that good stuff. And I really hope my mic picked up all this, because I just realized that it might not, so we'll see. But yeah, and Happy New Year's, that's like next week. Ending a decade in a week. That's a lot. That's 10 years. We've had 2 presidents. I don't really consider this one a president, more as a overgrown child. But, you know. That's neither here nor there right now. And we've, I mean, let's see, the fashion trends. Sorry, my nose really itches. Fashion trends that have happened. I'm definitely gonna do like a decade review kind of thing. Yeah. I got 4 college degrees in 10 years. Like, holy shit. That's a lot. That's a lot. I graduated high school. I voted my first in multiple elections after that in this decade. Like, damn. That's a lot. So, yeah. And I turned 30 in this new decade. And I've lived in now 3 decades, 2 centuries, and 2 millennia. Like, holy shit. That's a lot. Like, just the magnum of, that's not the word I'm looking for, magnitude of history that's just has spanned all of this and lived in part of that. It's just so crazy to me. So cool. But yeah, I will let you go. I hope you have a great day in general. Hopefully you stuff your face and don't feel guilty about it. It's the holidays. Holiday calories don't count. I hope you have a great day, and I love you guys. Bye.